So, virtual reality, it's been the next big thing for a while now, right? And we've seen so many promises, so many devices, but have any of them really nailed it? Enter the Meta Quest 3. On paper, it seems like it's ticking all the boxes. But after 4 months of daily use, does it live up to the hype? Is it worth $500? When I first got my hands on the Quest 3, I was immediately struck by its design. It's sleek, modern, and surprisingly lightweight. At just £1, it's one of the most comfortable headsets I've ever worn. The use of the pancake lenses is a game changer here. They make the headset slimmer and reduce that front heavy feeling you get with some other VR devices. But design is one thing, how well does it perform? Talking specs for a minute. The processor is a Qualcomm Snapdragon XR2 Gen 2, 512 gigabytes of storage, 120 Hz LCD panel. Now that's impressive. The Snapdragon XR2 Gen 2 is a beast in the VR world. Combined with 8 gigabytes of RAM, you're looking at a smooth performance across the board. Apps load quickly, games run smoothly, and multitasking is a breeze. The displays are sharp, and the 120 Hz refresh rate makes everything feel incredibly fluid. If you're coming from a 90 Hz or even a 72 Hz headset, you will notice the difference immediately. The VR experience itself, thanks to Meta's latest updates, multitasking has been improved and tracking is a lot more accurate, and the overall user interface feels a lot more polished. And Meta AI integration is kind of a standout feature. With this new Meta AI, it's kind of like having a personal assistant inside of your headset. So if you need to look something up, you can say, "Hey Meta, tell me about whatever topic," and a window pops up with whatever info you need. This feature keeps you immersed in VR without having to take off your headset and check for your phone, computer. It's just something small that makes VR a lot more practical. The virtual workspace that Meta has been pushing the idea of for VR as a productivity tool, it's a cool concept, but it's still not fully polished, and now with the new multitasking, it kind of seems like that's more the way that they're going to continue to update. Typing on a virtual keyboard isn't as efficient as a physical one, and the resolution, while good, isn't sharp enough for detail work like photo or video editing. For basic tasks like browsing the web or writing emails, it's fine, but you still need to have your physical setup somewhere close by. Most people are here for gaming, and in that department, the Quest 3 doesn't disappoint. The dual 120 Hz displays deliver crisp and vibrant visuals, colors are accurate, and the blacks are very deep, which enhance the immersion in games like Beat Saber, Super Hot, whatever. They all look fantastic. One thing I've noticed is that in pure VR mode, everything looks sharp and vivid. However, whenever you switch to mixed reality, the pass-through camera feed can look a bit dull. Meta's game library is extensive, from big titles to indie games. There's plenty to choose from. Free-to-play games like Roblox offer sandbox experiences right out of the box. If you're more into immersive titles like Half-Life Alyx, when connected to a PC, AAA experience that's really hard to beat. Speaking of PC VR, one of the Quest 3's killer features is its ability to wireless stream PC VR games. If you have a Wi-Fi 6 router, you can stream games from your PC to your headset with minimal latency. I've tried it with several games, and my experience is mostly indistinguishable from a wired connection. It's really freeing being able to play pretty much any high-end PC game without being tethered. The versatility of the Quest 3 is really unmatched, as the Quest 3 can act as both a standalone headset and a PC VR headset. You can use it on its own or connect it to a PC for more demanding games. This dual functionality sets it apart from many of its other competitors. Comfort is crucial for VR, especially if you plan on using it for extended periods. The Quest 3 does great here. The adjustable head strap is easy to tweak, and the facial interface feels nice against the skin. It's made of a breathable material that doesn't get too sweaty during these intense sessions. One thing I appreciate is the minimalistic design. It's not overly flashy, and there's no excessive logos or gaudy graphics. It's just a clean, futuristic look that fits well into any setting. Battery life is always a hot topic with VR headsets. The Quest 3 offers about 2.5 hours of continuous use. Now that might not sound like a lot, but for most gaming sessions or VR experiences, it's sufficient. Plus the headset charges pretty quick via USB-C. If you're someone who likes marathon VR sessions, you can always plug in with a long USB-C cable. The charging port is thoughtfully placed so the cable doesn't get in your way. Meta has been consistent with software updates. fixing bugs and adding new features. It's nice to see ongoing support that improves the device over time. The battery life hasn't degraded noticeably. I'm still getting about 2.5 hours per charge, which is a good sign for longevity. However, the big question is the Quest 3 still worth $500? If you're new to VR and want a headset that offers both standalone and PC VR capabilities, you're getting a high-end device with a lot of features. However, if you're only interested in PC VR and you don't care about standalone functionality, there might be more cost-effective options out there. Considering the Quest 2 is still selling in some places and it's still a really solid headset, it's not a bad option to pick for a PC VR exclusive headset. You can also look on the used market for Quest 3 units on sites like eBay for just less than retail. Just make sure you're buying from a reputable seller. The VR landscape is rapidly evolving. The Quest 3 is pretty future-proof with its specs, but there's always new devices on the horizon. Meta seems committed to the platform, so I expect continued support and updates. But if you're the type who always wants the latest and greatest, you might be tempted to wait and see what's next. Mixed reality is a place with a lot of potential, so we're going to circle back and talk about the current mixed reality experience. Right now, mixed reality on the Quest 3 is decent, but it's not mind-blowing. The pass-through cameras allow you to see your surroundings, but some apps overlay virtual reality objects in your space. However, the camera feed isn't as sharp or as vibrant as it should be, and it seems like it makes it less functional and doesn't feel entirely seamless. I think mixed reality is where a lot of VR development is heading. Imagine playing a game where virtual elements interact with your actual environment. The Quest 3 is laying the groundwork for that future, but to get there, we need better cameras and more advanced software. I wouldn't be surprised if the next-gen headsets focus on heavily improving mixed reality capabilities. Another great benefit of the Quest 3 is access to Meta's ecosystem. Apps like Horizon Worlds aim to create social spaces where you can hang out with friends in VR. While it's still the early days, it's an interesting direction, and there's a growing community of app developers creating different apps and games on the Quest platform. This means more content and a healthier ecosystem. So I think the Quest 3 is one of the most powerful and best headsets you can buy right now for VR. The ability to switch between standalone and PC VR is a significant advantage. The hardware is solid, the software is continually improving, and the gaming experience is top-notch. However, it's not perfect, as the mixed reality feature needs a lot of refinement, and the price point might be a barrier for some. I would recommend buying the headset, but with a few caveats. If you're new to VR, the Quest 3 is a great starting point that won't leave you feeling limited as to what you can explore with VR. However, if you have a PC already and you just want to get into VR, buying something like a Quest 2 or a Rift S might be a better option. Looking ahead, I'm excited to see where VR goes from here. With companies like Meta pushing the envelope, we can expect even more impressive tech in the near future. If you found this helpful, feel free to share your thoughts or ask any questions, and until next time, thank you. Goodbye.
And I guess I'm a Sweet Baby Ray's fanboy. New alert. Mark Zuckerberg offers you a Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. Nod your Metaverse licensed headset to accept. Shake your Metaverse licensed headset to decline. Head shake detected. You are about to decline Mark's offer. Nod your Metaverse licensed headset to confirm the rejection. Shake your Metaverse licensed headset. Head nod detected. You decline Mark's offer. Mark did not like that.